Dr. Rattan, you talk about lifestyle. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to diet and lifestyle. So, what should we consume more and what should we eliminate from our diet to help us with menopause?
Yeah, so lifestyle is I'm just gonna I won't take us too far away, but lifestyle medicine is including diet, exercise, environment, sleep, spirituality or meaning in your life. And so we have to look at more than just nutrition and exercise, but those are really main things. And so when you look at nutrition specifically, you're going to probably be surprised at this. As we get older and we get into menopause, we get into something where when we gain that fat, we also get something called fat on our organs, which is called visceral fat. And I'm going to get to the nutrition, I promise. But basically, visceral fats on the organs means that you're going to increase what's called, you can have a disease called insulin resistant disease. And the reason why I bring that up is because insulin resistant doesn't mean that you have diabetes. It means that you're at risk for it if you have visceral fat on your organs. And this is where nutrition can play a really good part in your health as well, is that if you have visceral fat on your organs, then that means that you're increased risk of heart disease, increased risk of diabetes, increased risk of gaining plaques, strokes, all those type of vascular disorders. And so we need to burn that fat, right? So everyone says do exercise and nutrition to decrease your risk of diabetes. Even if you put 1/3 cup of greens a day, you're going to decrease your risk of diabetes by 13%. That's massive, right? And if you keep adding more greens to that, it's a cumulative effect. It's not just a small, so it's like, so what can you eat? Well, add a tiny cup of salad to your, for sure. Some greens, if it's not salad, if you like spinach, whatever it is, add some greens to your diet. That's really important because if you want to prevent the diseases that come as you get older and in menopause or perimenopause and menopause, those are all in general, and just general health. Right? Just general health. Men lose hormones too. We're not talking about men, I know, but they do too. And women do as well. So that's kind of like, well, how can you support your system? And greens actually, and other vegetables, which you want to do like 1/3, they always say 1/3 of your plate should be vegetables. It shouldn't be 1/3. It should be 2/3. 2/3 of your plate is vegetables and the rest is kind of a small amount. So you want to eat more vegetables and fruit as well. So people think of, why should I eat fruit? Should I do a ketogenic diet? There's a whole bunch of diets out there, but what's really important is eating a balanced diet, right?
So I heard about avocado is very good for you. I heard adding collagen to your diet as you go through the menopause, that will assist you as well too. And we talk about a lot of prebiotics and postbiotics. So we know eating healthy, a lot of the greens is very good for you. Omega-3, which you can get from fish, I hear is extremely good for you as well too. Is there any other supplements that folks should consider and started taking? And at what age? Do we start at 30, 40, or 50?
Yeah, so this is a good question, because one of the things is that there's diet, but then there's also certain things that as our body declines, we just can't get those. And some of that is actually our hormones, right? And so estradiol, progesterone supplementation, of course, you have to see your doctor for that, can help quite a bit to reverse your symptoms of whether they're perimenopause or menopausal symptoms. And also when you're looking at like dietary supplements specifically, unfortunately, there's not really good research for some of them, like black cohosh, we say, and primrose oils, a lot of people use. Not good research for things like hot flashes on it. So we don't really use them. Omega-3s, by the way, we find primrose oil sometimes works, is that it has some omegas in it, omega-3s in it, right? And omega-3, I always tell people, yes, eating fish and eating it through your diet is the best way. But they've also shown that eating less animal protein and more plant protein, and when I say animal protein, that includes yogurt and cheese and things. I'm not saying don't become a vegan. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you want to keep down that animal protein. Improves hormonal balance as well, but it also improves your preventing diseases as you get older as well. So supplementation with pills, I guess I'm in the thought process more of how do we get it from our diet first, right? Because that's kind of when you chew your food and you eat your food, you get your gut health, probiotics and prebiotics. Yes, people love to put their prebiotics and probiotics on. But the problem is that if you don't have a healed gut and you add probiotics onto it, it can actually make it worse.